I'm an author and a researcher and a scientist, and I came here to support the Rhino movement and get really to the foundation and the fundamentals of why this is going on. The reason why this is going on because of money. And I'm also the founder of a movement in South Africa called the Ubuntu movement, or contributionism, which is a moneyless society. And I've been promoting this for the last 6 years, since about 2005, 2006, with understanding that if you remove money out of society, you automatically get rid of all these problems that drive, cause corruption, crime. All these things are always, unfortunately, traceable back to the greed and money. So that's why I'm here.
Guys, a rhino is dying every 22 hours in this country, and it's time it came to an end.
It's amazing, eh? The kind of conscious effect this has on people is, we have no idea what's actually going on here from an energetic perspective, and how the positive energy is affecting the consciousness and affecting enlightenment and all that kind of stuff. It's beautiful. Isn't this great? Look at this. Cape Town in front of the Parliament, changing history. It's also incidentally my first public appearance to talk about the Ubuntu movement and contributionism, and getting that information out to these people who are probably new to it. Good morning, everybody. I spend most of my time flying around the world and traveling around the world, telling everybody else around the world about the origins of humankind that started here in South Africa. This is information that most of our politicians aren't even aware of, and is directly linked to the reason why we're here today. The reason why most of you are here today, because deep inside you, somewhere, there's a seed of light and consciousness that made you come here, because you know that somewhere there is a different solution for the problems that we have. And this is all connected, because remember, only out of unity can you get infinite diversity. I'm here just to briefly take this opportunity to introduce you that there is, or tell you that there is a bright light at the end of this dark and gloomy tunnel that we face as the human race. We're a deeply divided species, divided on every possible level that you can imagine. It cuts through every society, every culture, every economic structure, and it has divided us so that we do not stand as one. That we need to start breaking down today, breaking down those walls of division. Only once we stand as united human beings will we be able to understand what is truly going on. Without going into too much detail, those of you that have read some of my books will know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm just going to give you a little seed to go away and think about. About 6,000 years ago, there was a civilization called the Sumerians that lived between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in Mesopotamia. That is where we are told all of our knowledge comes from. That is also where the enslavement of the human race began in full earnest, with the introduction of a thing called money. It is because of the greed and the abuse and the control of money that we're here today, trying to prevent the slaughtering of rhinos and other resources that have been exploited for the sake of money. Now let me remind you of your inalienable rights, because this is what the governments of the world are desperately trying the people to forget. The land belongs to the people. And the rhino. The rivers and the lakes and the oceans belong to the people. The air belongs to the people. The airwaves and the frequencies belong to the people. They do not belong to the government or any other government around the world. The large corporations that are in cahoots with the government have been denying us this freedom and understanding what is truly going on. The printing and the control of the flow of money is the root of all problems. When you take money out of the system, all the problems vanish within a second. All the problems that you face, crime, unemployment, corruption, everything that you can think of vanishes. Now you can go onto the website that we've created. It's called contributionism.org. This is a system I've been working on for about 6 years. It's a system where everybody contributes to the best of their ability, their natural talents or their God-given skills, to the greater benefit of all of the people in the community. It's a very simple process. I call it the natural order of things. It's not a utopian system. Ancient cultures and ancient civilizations have been living like this for thousands and thousands of years. And then suddenly we get swamped by this thing called money, and it destroyed our entire human race. I'd like you to think about this and take this away with you, even if it's a little seed that I plant here with you today. Take this away with you. As a result of this research that we've been doing, we've started a contributionism movement, and believe it or not, just like ancient cultures and all human life began in Southern Africa, it seems to be coming back here. In Africa, there's a system that refers to this moneyless society that's been known about for a long time, called Ubuntu. And it's based on this Ubuntu system that we've created, this Ubuntu movement. We call it the Ubuntu contribution system. The only way we can get any kind of reaction from the governments is by becoming united on a single front. And I'm here today to use this opportunity of like-minded people to decide to take a decision today that you will join and create a united front for the Rhino movement, for every other bunny-hugging and tree-loving and hippie kind of culture, because that's what the government makes us look like, right? Every time people like us get together, we sidelined as a bunch of hippies and bunny huggers and tree huggers and so forth. Well, that's not the case. We're the intellectuals. We're the guys that are actually thinking for ourselves. So keep that in mind. I'm not here to preach to you. But if you want to join the Ubuntu movement, we need 450 signatures to recognize this as a national party. Don't think we want to go into government or into politics because we want to go get into politics. Because the only way we're going to get respect, prevent ourselves from being harassed by the police and the law thrown at us as hippie, bunny-hugging, tree-hugging hippies, is by becoming organized on a platform of credibility. So if you want to join, I urge you to join. We need 450 signatures. I'll hand out a few documents. Just sign your name, ID number, and sign it, and send it to the address that's written on it. And we will make a change, start fighting these fights from a united platform, a political platform of unity. I thank you. If you want to know more about this, go to contributionism.org and read about the Ubuntu Party and the Ubuntu contribution system. It is deeply, very, very important for us to start uniting as a front and realizing what our sovereign human rights are, and that all our rights have been violated by not just our government, but all the governments around the world. And on that note, thanks for listening. And if you want to take a form from me, I'll just hand them out here and spread them out and post them to me, please. Thank you very much.